Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Vedzu7, and today we're going to be doing a melee only tier list. So, I'm just going to go ahead and start with Cyborg V2. Cyborg V. What? What did I just say? Anyways, don't ignore that. Cyborg V2. One of the, honestly, the best fighting styles for PvE. By the way, first tier list is PvE. Just remember that, and then I'll do a PvP one in a minute here. Basically, Cyborg V2 is really good because it has like abilities that just come out really fast. It also has like a little bit of a heal, but that's not why it's too great. But it's just the abilities like come out super fast. So you basically use all your abilities on Cyborg V2, and you can switch to your sword or your fruit, whatever, and do some really good DPS. This is why it's A tier. Also, we'll do Galfist. So Galfist, I'm gonna say it's pretty mid. I haven't tested the damage of the, what's it called? Like the force, the full force form. But you're not really using it that often. But I'm pretty sure when you're in the full force form, I'm sure it's pretty strong, but it's just not all the time. But other than that, it's still pretty good. Let's go ahead and do Electro V2. Electro V2 is one of those that are like, it's not really that great. The DPS is kind of mid, and other than that, it's nothing really special. Same with Dark Leg, it's only good for movement. The damage is pretty mid on it. Yeah, it's pretty mid. I mean, for DPS, don't use this one. This is easily the worst one. Let's go ahead and use Jester, or put up Jester. So Jester, or whatever the hell, it's not called Jester, is it? It's called Trickster. That's right, Trickster. You know, this one is actually decent. I think it's low-key very decent, like for what it is, because it's more towards like a PvP kind of thing. It's pretty solid. And then we have Justice Fist as well. This fighting style is quite good, but I don't really think that it's crazy for PvE. These two right here are more PvP, which in the tier list you'll see that they are pretty good. This is Fishman Karate. Now Fishman Karate is very solid as well. I think it got a buff like a while ago if I remember correctly, and it low-key made it pretty decent. So it's gonna go A tier. Not bad, but also not like broken. And then Dragon Fist is just easily the best in the game for fighting styles. It has a really high DPS on bigger targets, and it's really good for smaller targets as well. And then even the V1 is not that bad because it does have one really OP move, but I'm just talking about V2s. So like I said, Dragon Fist for PvE, really high DPS, really good on bigger targets. Cyborg, all the abilities come out pretty fast, so you could switch to your fruit and sword and do damage there. It also does have a heal, which isn't that great though. And then Fishman Karate is also like pretty solid for DPS. This is the tier list for PvE. Okay, so here's the tier list for PvP. First up, Dark Leg. Now, Dark Leg is only good for movement, not really for doing any damage or anything like that. So it's going to go C tier as well. There's just so much better. Unfortunately, Dark Leg has fallen off a lot. Next up is Cyborg. Cyborg is probably the worst fighting style in the game for PvP. It's awful, so don't use this one. Electro V2 is A tier easily just because of Godspeed. I'm sure everybody is aware of Godspeed by now, but it's a teleport that strips some dodges, but it also works really well with like close range fruits, like for example 100 Blade, Quake, stuff like that. It's just not that broken anymore because before it used to instantly strip dodges, and then it used to strip like 6 dodges, and now it strips like 2 dodges, but it gets you close and it still does take a few amount of dodges. And it also has probably the best dash on all the fighting styles, which is Lightning Dash. It's like the third ability. It's you go very far. Pretty good. And then also Galfist, I'm gonna be real, I don't know too much about this for PvP. Now I do think it has potential, and I think it might be pretty good. It's just I haven't seen anybody use it yet. If you're like a really good Galfist user, let me know your comment down below. And this, you know, I could change my ranking on this, low-key, because I don't know a lot about it for PvP. But based off what I've saw, I'm just gonna say it's mid, but it does have potential. We're gonna go Fishman Karate. Fishman Karate doesn't really have that many moves that are good for it. Like I think it has like the shark one where it pulls you. I think that one's pretty good for PvP. I've seen it been used last update. But other than that, there's just a lot better. Jester is easily the best fighting style in the game right now for PvP. So if you want to PvP with the fighting style, or Trickster is super OP. It has really good stun, really good dodge break. It's just insane. Like it is so good. And then Justice Fist. Justice Fist is also insanely good. The reason why is it's got really good combo potential. It's basically the same reason as Jester. It's just like it can strip dodges okay, not as good as Jester, but Justice is just insane. It's got good movement, good damage, everything about it is just good. But the thing about Garp that I think that puts it like in S tier is probably that. Well, no, this fact alone doesn't put it in S tier, but I'm talking about like it's super OP because for some reason you could get out of like combos sometimes. Like for example, if I'm comboing you and you have Garp and you just spam it, you might be able to get out of it with depending on what combo I'm using. I don't know why, but for some reason it could just get out of true combos. It's really annoying. Yeah, so S tier. And then what's it called? Dragon Fist. F tier. Buns. Do not use. This is one of the worst fighting styles for PvP. Unless you're using V1. If you use V1, it has one move that works. Other than that, though, it is trash. So let's go over the top three really quick. Jester, really good dodge break, good combos, good damage. Same thing with Garp. Worse dodge break than Trickster, but has really good damage and combo potential. Electro still has good movement, and it also has Godspeed, which could take some dodges. But it gets you in close, so you can actually you can basically like you can get a lot of space, and then if you have ATK for example, you could dash onto them. So like you can kind of control the momentum of the fight, and when you engage with this, which is why I really like it and I still use it. And then of course we have Godspeed, which can dash onto your opponent, take a few dodges, and then maybe potentially hit them with the sword or Quake, for example. And then other than that, these are very niche. And they probably have like one combo that's good or something, but these aren't really that great. Like you won't see these being used pretty much. You'll see Dark Leg, but with no points into it. Like you'll see Godspeed with only 1,500 points, so you can use Godspeed. Like most of these you won't really see unless it's the S tier, because they're new and also because they're insanely good. And maybe you might see a Gale in the future. Like I said, prediction. It has potential. I haven't seen it be good yet though. I think it low-key might be good in the future though. And that's my prediction, is give it some time. I'm sure people will find out some really good combos, but as of right now, from what it looks like, it's kind of mid. Might have some potential. Just keep that in mind. If you do have a good combo though, I'd love to read it down in the comments below and maybe try it out someday. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one.